Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. If anybody in chat has those emotes, drop them, please. In addition to all of that, if you're interested in joining any of our campaigns, we do have 2 open slots available in the Friday early for a brand new campaign that'll be decided by the founding 5 players. So, if you want your foot in the door for all of that, all you have to do is shove it in there. Reach out to me and let me know if you're interested in it. But anyways, Katarine, tell us what happened last session.
So last session, we actually got to the part where we actually went to the Colosseum instead of just talking about it. But the night before, Katarina has the idea to ask Tree if he would be willing to trade details on the betting for information on who is investigating him. So during that conversation, he asks if she would like to be his +1, and she agrees. So as we travel, Gabriel brings up that the hunter that we killed in the tavern seemed to be influenced by the ooze in some way. And Bartakov then says that he saw an attachment between the two. And that it would take great skill earned over years to be as good as he was against magic. So we think that the ooze had some sort of influence on his capabilities. So we show up early, and a scalper tries to scam us with fake tickets to the exclusive area. And then Samdi says, nah, fuck that, and dominates him to turn himself in for his illegal activities. So he doesn't turn himself in for scalping. He turns himself in for being a peeping Tom. When we get into the Colosseum, we realize that any sort of magical items no longer work. And if we try to use any magical abilities, they glow brightly. Things like natural abilities do not show, which means that Samdi is still in the game. So during that time, Bart and Samdi listened for any sort of reliable information, coincidentally enough, looking for people who would be sketchy in order to get the most reliable information. They hear that the Valen competitor has been injured, and that the crowd is pulling slightly for the Valen, even though the bookies are considering it 50-50. The competitors are Vesper Valen and Clint Respero. And then Bartakov pulls somebody's attention because he is wanting to bet too much for the general admission section. And he gets invited to a private betting ring. During that time, Katarine tries to see if she can determine any sort of social situation from the wealthy group across the Colosseum. Monkey then also during that time sees who can sponsor him and Glenn as fighters. So the guy who invited Bartakov to the underground betting meets a group of wealthy young people who are shut out of the old money betting. He bets on Westboro, but Catherine and Tree meet up and pass through a concealed door to meet into the high society group. So in there is an elderly, powerful woman who is being waited upon and interfered with by a bunch of Spaldings. However, Tree does introduce Katarine to the leader of the Valen, Vanessa. So they start talking, and Vanessa lets on that she knows that she can read Katarine. And they also talk about their values, their idea of how to protect the weak. And they realize that they do share some values in that, but Vanessa prefers to work through established methods. She does also reveal that the Valen were charged with arresting the group for what they did to Dick Spalding. But Katarine explains that they had to keep him longer than the agreed term because they were attempting to help others and that he would have gotten in the way. Kat also meets Cade, who is now a diplomat and symbolic of the Valen's attempts at trying new methods instead of just brute forcing their way through things. And Catherine says that she had met Gray, a previous adventuring partner of his, and they share some stories. And as they're talking, Vesper, the competitor, appears before Vanessa, and Catherine uses her religious favor with Lyra to have her healed before they fight. And Vanessa says that she said that she would have turned Catherine in for interference had she not already believed the injury itself was interference. So at that point, they talk about Catherine is very specific in that she's saying that she wants to help the people here in Spalding. And it seems that Vanessa is willing to entertain that idea and offer suggestions in finding the threefold representative. So this person is someone who remains in close contact to the elected representatives in Comortar, and if it is found that those elected representatives are hurting people and doing wrong and that sort of thing, the threefold representative kills them and then reveals themselves to be judged. So it is suggested to Catherine to find that threefold representative if she has evidence that the people are being mistreated. I think having a section called the Burden District and the Grovelers District is evidence enough, but we need something more specific, apparently. So we also find out more about the competitors, that Vesper is an exemplary Valen, and she's looking to be promoted within the group, and Clint is a war criminal from another continent. So Catherine bets big on Vesper. However, Clint does win, and Samdi is the only one who wins any money. Vanessa does leave wordlessly, and Kat takes a moment to check in to see where everyone is. Bartikov, Monkey, and Samdi watch and attempt to follow any big winners, with Monkey casting Hunter's Mark on one and deceiving a guard into thinking he was just sick. So he has followed him into the docks in like the laborers district, and Samdi has a lead on one going to the pony races.
So, let's begin with all of you meeting up with Samdi. You're aware of where the pony races is going to be taking place, Samdi.
Goody.
What would you all like to do?
Samdi, do you see the person who did win? Is he here?
I'm going to listen to Surfer's thoughts.
He's not directly nearby here. He seems to be inside of one of the homes near the pony races, talking about his winnings.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the relatively correct district and area, but he's not right nearby. He's inside of a home. Oh, we can change the tone of the music, by the way.
Do we try to locate him now and come back later at night?
Well, so long as I don't separate this connection, I will be able to listen in on him thinking for a while. Besides that, we're in the right area, but how many houses are here?
Can we get that pointer as to where we are?
Oh, yes. Where is the marker? Okay, the here. You guys are here.
Hmm.
And the races happen up here, but there's not a easy place for you all to hang out at. So this is about as close as you can get. without having to roll stealth checks and such, which I'm assuming Samdi wanted to get to that point, right?
I don't think you would have tried stealthing up there.
So as close as you possibly can without having to stealth is good?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to consider this a lost cause. That's a lot of money we're dealing with. But I believe that we have to wait until at least morning come to try and see if he doesn't go outside again. Then I'll definitely get some sort of retry to pinpoint his location. Unless you have a spell such as locate person or...
No, I do not. If we had something of his, I could possess him and we could find him that way.
I have...
Or is it too sore still after the rig?
No. Well, either way, we still have stuff to do.
Well,
we have a day to complete some of our other objectives, correct?
mm-hmm.
Did we get enough money for Jerome?
I'm at the complete loss.
Who did you bet on?
I bet on Vesper. I had reason to.
You bet on an injured combatant.
She was not injured by the time she competed.
You what?
Well, that explains how I managed to lose money despite betting on a winning fighter.
You do realize that we have the earrings. You can tell us, hey, I'm about to do something.
Right, and glow up like a glow stick? It's still a magic item.
Well,
But I
okay,
thought
actually,
the
yes, it
magic
would not have
items
worked.
just stopped working. Casting magic caused us to glow.
You still had a mental connection to somebody, right?
I cannot make it last for as long as you. Or that distance.
That is just a question of practice and self-discipline.
I mean, technically, I'm just a bit of a special case. But, alright, so how much does Jerome have left? Is Jerome with us?
I think he has another 5k he needs.
I am not paying that.
Remind me why we care so much about his predicament.
That actually raises a completely legitimate point. Why should I care?
Because he has knowledge of these Spalding's underground workings.
I hate it when you use logic.
Sometimes I'm good at it.
Alright. Do we have to chip in to not have him?
We still have a few days. So we could figure out, come back and try to, take care of this guy here. Or we could see if Monkey has found anything.
The player is currently AFK. Yeah, I'm working on it.
It makes me nervous to put all of our hopes into Monkey coming through with something.
Well,
Yeah.
see, the thing, he always comes up with something, but is it the right thing?
And does it make any sense?
That would be the right thing, yes.
Alright, so we have Monkey's lead, which is currently non-negotiable at the moment. We have my lead, which is away at the moment. We have a job from I forgot names. Don't kill me. Mahadi. We still have to do that. You cast in your last favor with Tree to get into that private betting area.
Right. But I did make a very good connection, it seems, with Vanessa Valen. So that was worth it.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask about that. You made a connection with a law enforcer.
Who decided not to arrest us based on our both an understanding of these buildings and and also the fact that we didn't. The reason we didn't obey what he said was we were trying to help people.
Okay, so is she what? A potential ally should we need to act?
My understanding of her is that we have very similar understandings of the abuse of power and that sort of thing. However, she wants to work within the established structures.
So she's the don't rock the boat revolutionary.
She's the I think the things that I think she's more the things that there's ways set up within the system kind of person. But you know how I feel about the system.
One town wasn't enough for you.
Not at all.
Alright. As for money making opportunities, I believe that our only real option right now is Mahadi.
Right, and we were to stop a law from being passed?
That was one of the gist, and we have a location.
What is the location?
I believe it was a townhouse in Promised Edge.
We're already over here.
Is that a yes or a no from Joey?
That was a yes.
Well, might as well scope the place out before we actually break into some place.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Alright, Samdi pulls out the note. God, I hate GPSs. Alright. He starts looking around for road signs. Where the fuck is Moneyville?
Give me an investigation roll, please.
I will either assist or lead, depending.
On
The investigation.
I will help Katarine with it.
there you go.
25.
Yay, I helped.
You did! By one!
All right, good shit. One's all you needed. So, it takes you about 5 minutes of traveling before you come across a fairly decent looking home. A nice little, what appears to be office of some sorts. It has a row of hedges around it as well that gives it a little bit of privacy from anybody snooping too closely, but it's mostly just a small, quaint building in front of a much larger one.
So is it like a small building that's an office and then there's like a home behind it kind of set up?
Yes, that's what it appears to be. And out front,
Who do we lose?
Me, sorry, I was rearranging a tab and I accidentally closed the Roll21.
God damn it. But anyways.
Restart the entire session.
But yeah, you see a building right there that has the matching address.
So, plans?
I'm gonna take a look around and see if there's any signage for the name, like such and such law firm or whatever, you know. Is there any sort of indication as to what the business is?
Roll me an investigation, please.
Alright.
I will assist again.
Woo!
Oh my god, we're getting in bed with the lawyers.
25 again.
25. You
It's
don't
not the worst you've gotten into bed with.
You don't find anything in the way of like a sign that points out, you know, the law office of Ken and West. But
Spalding
instead,
is Spalding law.
but instead, you do see that there is the symbology of Asmodeus on this building.
Oh, goody.
Mm.
Who better to handle contracts than a devil?
That makes sense.
Yeah, that sounded like sarcasm. I was being totally serious.
As you're all having
Right.
this conversation, the front
frustrated.
door opens up and there's a very elderly man standing there. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Hello? Can I help you?
No, I think that we're just got a little lost looking for another address. I think we're in the wrong place.
What place are you looking for?
We were looking for the pony races. We lost at the Coliseum and trying to make up our losses.
Ah! Slams the door shut.
Hmm.
That went well.
All right. So I'm going to speak through the earrings. So are we just going to go in there, spells ablazing, or are we actually going to try and systematically do something? I don't know. Are we supposed to steal the documents with the passing law? Are we supposed to threaten the person passing the law?
I think it was very open-ended. That was my understanding.
Then
Remind me what the law. Do we know what the law is that we're trying to stop being passed?
I have theories, and we have minor ideas.
It would affect his business.
Yes, and his business is debauchery.
So
Okay.
So my theory is a decency law, maybe.
I mean, they're going to have to
Anti-pornography.
demolish an entire district if they do that.
Yeah, but think about it, it's real estate.
It's free
Free real estate indeed. Okay.
But also, didn't we find out that one of these Spaldings was
The former
Denied.
owner. Yeah.
right denied being in that, and it's a lucrative business. So he could be the true sponsor of the bill.
Hmm. I'm going to. Who am I going to see if I have it as a silent cast or psychic cast? I'm just going to silently cast See Invisible.
Okay. When you cast that, you see that there is a very fat-looking imp currently sitting on the windowsill watching all of you and listening to you.
Oh, this has been psychic.
Right. Well, this part of it has been.
Yeah, through the earrings, I'll say again. Well, we're definitely being watched by an imp.
Oh, that's fun.
Size of a soccer ball, that fucker is.
Ugh.
Don't you mean a football?
Yeah, I'm translating for the Americans.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gonna watch some football, are we? Well, I don't think we need to burst the door down and start blowing people up. Let's face it, the one thing that we can do is be persuasive, so how about we walk in, try a little bit of the silver-tongued approach first, and if that goes wrong, then we just burn the place down and say it was a horrible accident.
Like the tavern.
Sure.
Also,
Word.
I don't have fireball prepared. So
How do you
What
know
good
that?
are you?
What type of wizard are you?
an enchantment wizard, okay? And I was going to somewhere where social aspects were more important.
Fireball is a class spell, okay? It is not a subclass spell.
He's the best wizard.
So, you are aware that fire can be produced through means other than, nerd shit.
I still have firebolt.
For God's sake, we all have tinder boxes, you fucking princess. Anyway, let's not make it come to that. One thing I can do is convince people that I'm right, so shall we just
Except
see what
for
we
me.
can get done that way? I mean, it's easy when you're always right.
But I did lie about why we were there. So do you think that would have an impediment?
As long as you keep your mouth shut.
I could change the way we look, just in case.
Still in front of the imp.
Could go around the corner.
Just warning you.
So are you guys going to go around the corner?
Just go around the corner, disappears, random group of the same size looking different appears from dead end alley.
Instead of a crocodile, it's a fucking. Instead of a crocodile, it's just a regular lizardman.
Just a platypus.
That all sound the same.
Yeah. That's a point. Fine. I would just say that they caught me off guard. I was not ready. Or that we changed our mind and decided to. You may not even bring it up. I'll figure something out. Let's go.
Okay. So are you knocking on the door again?
Mhm.
Okay. Knock, 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 knock. The door opens up. The same old man. Hello. We don't have ponies. It starts closing the door on you.
Sorry, but we decided that we had some business to take care of while we were here.
Oh. We do have a discreet entrance for customers like that.
Like what?
People who lie about bullshit and then actually want their favors.
Yes, please, excuse my friend. She was mistaken of our purpose.
Yes.
We're just here to follow up on an inquiry we made about a proposal that was made for the Hook District.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, all of you are welcome to come inside. Let me open this. And he starts like dragging the door open and kind of gets stuck on one of the uneven floorboards before he like stomps on the floorboard and the door pops open. Coming inside, it is a very small looking office, but there's no paperwork anywhere. There's no writing on anything. There's no journals. There's no books, but there's definitely shelves for all of it. And there is a individual seated in a chair looking bored out of their mind. Reese, would you like to describe your character to us all?
Yes. So you guys see a tan-skinned man with purple eyes that swirl. Elven in nature. His hair is black and blue, like very dark. His tunic is unbuttoned to like his middle section, and he just looks annoyed and bored. And you see him like at the time he has a book open and he's just like looking up, annoyed, waiting for you guys to talk. Hello. What do I owe the favor for now?
Looks to Bardakov as he's been leading the conversation.
Hmm?
Not so much a favor, but we came to follow up on an inquiry we made. I don't know if it arrived
Hmm?
properly.
Darling,
It-
everyone comes here with a favor. So what is it?
Well, we heard talk of a proposal being put forward to do with the Hook District that we would like to have a discussion about.
You're talking about that ridiculous law with the in servitude?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The clauses aren't in the contract. But I digress. Who did you send this inquiry with?
I sent a runner a couple of days ago, but he must have got waylaid at the local watering hole. That's what I get for cheaping out on couriers. But
Okay.
while I'm here, to cut a long story short, we too think the law is ridiculous, and we want to try and see something about getting it changed, binned off entirely.
I agree. It completely goes against words of intent opposed to words as written. You should write your intent in the contract, and these people change the clause mid-sentence. And it's ridiculous.
The old man goes over to the side shelf where he's shakily grabbing different jars of what looks like various different herbs and putting them into a small little pot. A few minutes go by and he pushes a cart with tea towards you all. Here you all go.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, please. I'm sorry. Sit down. This is my office building. It's a little ramshackle, but it's discreet. So you guys are here to inquire about a law.
Exactly. We're looking to get that slightly overreaching law gotten rid of.
I mean, I can make it happen. I just gotta figure out where to start. It takes time, but if you're asking this as a favor, if I get this right.
I mean, we're more than happy to reciprocate with some form of payment or service.
Of course.
Wasn't
Nothing comes
going
without a
to ask
cost.
it of you for no reason.
Of course, of course. Oh, sorry. My name is Resand Levan. You can call me Reese. And who are all of you?
My name is Bartokov Petrovich. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm just gonna go down the list because I don't know what you guys even look like.
Sure. Yeah, and you see Bart is a sort of reasonably tall, slim-built human, or half-elf. He's not wearing a helmet at the moment. Who is wearing very form-fitting armor. Sort of, I think it's half plate at the moment.
Yeah, because you can't wear
scale.
all full plate.
No, I can't wear half. No, I can wear half plate. I can't wear full plate.
Yeah.
So it's scale mail, but very form-fitting chest piece. Weirdly exposed thigh sections, and then greaves. He has an empty scabbard at his waist and a large shield that seemingly is made of like interlaced human fingernails, but each one is like the size of a dinner plate. It's kind of fucked. Long blonde hair, piercing eyes, but for someone who's clearly a melee fighter, not the bulkiest guy you've ever seen.
All right. Next, Kat, would you describe what your character looks like?
I'm Katarina Kalishnik. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. And she is fairly tall, fairly thin, built kind of like a ballerina, very pale, like just has never seen a day of sun in her life. Black hair that's falls in waves, and is wearing a fairly almost military style like coat with like a high collar on it. Very well put together, very meticulous. and has a very regal bearing about her. And there's always just something like, it always looks like she's like watching things very, very closely and very suspicious of just anything that's happening in the room.
Yes, I'll go next.
Yes, please.
Sandy is a lizard folk. Sorry. Sandy, my character, is a lizard folk crocodile alligator sort of thing. A very large portly lizard folk at that point. He does not have any grace about him when he takes a step into the room. He wears a tattered top hat and vest that look like he made it himself, and wears at most sandals on his feet. Besides that, that is about all he wears. He carries around a set of dice in his rolling around in his fingers, and seems to always kind of stare oddly at things, and then only occasionally opens his mouth to talk. I am Sam D. Nice to meet you.
Lovely. Nice to meet all of you too. There's more people, right?
There are, but not currently here.
Okay.
Yes, I ate them.
Go through them in a minute, you know, when they get here. So yes, so you guys are interested in trying to get rid of the law. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do. I have some
A yet to be passed law.
Yeah. I mean, I can talk to some of the other people of the Asmodeus Temple, right? Since they're probably like, they are the main people that deal with these kinds of contracts. But it is a concern. I don't exactly feel like they're following the tenets that as the word of law.
It's interesting. Do you happen to know who's sponsoring this bill?
Do I, DM?
You haven't looked that closely into it, just for fear of potential repercussions. Although you have means of protecting yourself, you definitely need a bit more than just, well, your one mean, in order to safeguard yourself from direct persecution, like bodyguards.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where to look, you just haven't been able to yet.
Okay. Yeah, I got an idea. The issue is I lack a lot of the manpower to really walk into there. I mean, I have some manpower, right? But
The old man shakily hands everybody a cup.
Oh, no,
more than
please,
him.
Please. And Catherine will kind of very gently take over the serving of the tea, because she's like, these teacups are gonna break. Like, just please
I
let
mean,
me.
don't let that man fool you. He's a former thief in his heyday. It's about 60 years ago, 65 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while.
Hey, I was stealing last week.
You have steady hands for your age.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just makes all the cups float to different people.
Yeah, the first place I can think of is the Asmodeus Church in Olana. Is that the place that the church that I was supposed to be looking at? Sorry, it's been a while.
Sorry, that church would not have anything written about this upcoming law. This law is only specific to Spalding, not the rest of the continent as a whole. So what you would be looking for would be within talks somewhere within the Promised Edge or the Calm Cedarwood, in more private places, unless they are going to be actively pushing it to be handed over as one of the laws, in which case they would be meeting up at Spalding Castle to do that. So to catch it before it gets to that point, you're looking at somewhere either in Promised Edge or the Calm Cedar Woods.
Do I know who's sponsoring / trying to make this law, like where it came from?
One of the Spalding members is trying to. You don't know specifically which one, but again, you have a contact who you could tell to tell you who it
I
is.
got two.
Well, Mahadi would not be in that inner circle.
I have that one Spalding dude as well as Tree.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you guys checked in with Tree at all? Maybe he might know. I don't know if you know who that is.
We have made his acquaintance.
Yeah. Who told you about me? Usually people show up here for discretion.
We have someone who, let's just say, he has a vested interest in making sure the law does not pass.
I mean, you gotta give me all the pieces, love, or I can't work. I gotta be able to see the picture in order to piece it together.
There's a psychic contact through Somni and Bardakov. Do we offer that information?
Not for the moment. I think our backwards hand friend will want to keep himself out of the limelight for now.
Interesting. We will be willing to trade that information, she says out loud, at
Oh,
some point.
trade.
At some point, but you have to, I'm sure that you understand that discretion is part of the game.
Of course.
Let's just say that we are of the same mind when it comes to the law needing to not pass, and we would like to get it stopped before it even becomes law. So, any sort of contact or direction that you could send us in would be beneficial.
I mean, the first person I can tell you that would be affected by this is probably Mahadi. I don't know if you heard about his brothel. The second people I can think of, yeah, I mean, you have to ask the people. You have to ask the peasants. They would know.
Just as a refresher, so we're all on the same page. What exactly is the specifics of this law?
So what I'm tracking is that it takes peoples who are already contracted into servitude and pushes them into brothel working without them knowing that clause beforehand.
It sounds like the same sort of situation that the Spalding tried and got them kicked out of that business.
Yeah.
Just more underhanded.
Yes. It's as if changing the wording from servitude to debauchery without specifying what it is beforehand. And that's the things that piss me off.
Go ahead first.
You've been mentioning favors quite a bit.
Yes.
That's something you have a vested interest in?
I mean, in no regards does that law affect me, right? My servants are my servants, right? At my manor, my servants do what they do under their own contracts, right? But it does go against the tenets that I worship, which is the worship of word, right? And writings. And when you start changing what's on paper, who's truly the liar?
Would it be safe to say that your beliefs work directly in contract making?
Yes.
I can understand why such a law would be anathema to you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the last thing I need is a bunch of higher clientele of people coming through here complaining that their servitudes are being in question.
A bureaucratic pickle.
A little bit. I mean, it's just gonna. I mean, for one, it's gonna be good for business, but at the same time, people's complaints. Oh my god.
Hmm. I can understand.
So, what do you need exactly? From what? Again, I haven't tracked anything about this law up until you came in here, and apparently, you guys are investigating, right? So, if you were sent to me, obviously, I have some leverage or something that was mentioned in this deal. So, what do you need from me?
For myself, I would say that the most important thing that we need is a direction to start. We're new to town, and yes, it might be that it is a Spalding, but the clan is just so numerous that we would not know which one to start with.
I mean, your best bet is to start with the man named Tree Spalding. If anyone would know a little bit about what's going on, it would be him. I have one dude on the console that I can meet up with, but I'm afraid that he would call in that as being counted as his favor, and I would like to keep that in my back pocket for a rainy day.
Hmm.
So, Tree would probably be your best bet.
Hmm.
Or again, asking around the Hook district, or not the Hook district,
The Promised Edge or the Cedar Woods.
yes. Oh, I'm from the Cedar Woods. I mean, they might know, but like maybe the laborers district, right? People talk, gossip gets around. It's working the people. The unfortunate thing is that some people that know me, they probably might be a little bit more tight-lipped around me. So,
Well, if you did not look like you.
no, I want them to see who I am. I do not lie, and that's something that you can trust in me. Unless you really need me to lie, then that's another deal we can talk about.
Well, I think that might get to see Tree for a second time today.
Let me. Are you gonna go there? If you're gonna go there soon, I get up. I'm gonna go. I haven't talked to him in a while either, right? It's always good to check my connections and know my people. So, if you guys are going
He's
to
your
talk,
people.
he's I wouldn't say an ally, but he is a asset.
Let me ask, do you have any information on a spurned girlfriend of his?
A spurned girlfriend of his. His private lives are none of my concern. My favor with him is a little different. But ultimately, no, I do not know anything about his girlfriend.
Just curious.
But when I see him, I can ask.
It was just more for I heard some rumors, so I wanted to be. Just wanted to check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, worst case, I ask a couple of my birds that are walking around, right, and see if they know a thing or two. But I don't mind going to meet Tree again. But it sounds like you guys already talked to him.
I think that you could call him an asset of ours as well.
Ah, common interests. Common interests, common problems, unfortunately. So be careful with him.
So,
Joey,
yes.
Can I look around the room to see if there's another imp in here?
There's only the one imp who's been like sitting inside the windowsill, lounging, sunbathing.
Is he still staring out the window?
Well, his ear is definitely cocked towards you all, but yes.
Like a cat.
Very fat cat.
Yes.
Ah.
Where are you guys planning on going right now?
That's the question. Gonna stare at Cat. You're the one who's been talking to him the most.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another psychic message to Samdi. We are stalled until we hear back from Monkey about his lead. And at least until this evening. So we might as well pursue this.
Might as well.
So, Monkey, let's jump over to you.
Oh god, he's back. Oh no.
All right.
You've been
Oh, there he is.
hiding out in the laborers district, keeping tabs on the person that you have marked, and after about 15 minutes or so, you sense that they are walking back out towards the way that they came in. And when they are exiting, they're holding what appears to be a large fishing net filled with various goods that you would put onto a ship for, sailing around and going out there. And the person looks a little sweaty for some reason.
All right. Can I do like a little insight check based on his behavior?
Sure can. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, geez, I didn't even pull up. Do I have roll 20 open?
I hope so.
I hope so too. But where is it?
Roll 20 is
Two.
open for you.
It is, but where? Too many monitors for once. Okay.
Where
we go.
I have 17 monitors.
So many.
All right, here we go.
Because of that 2 screen life.
Yeah, right.
All right.
I'm happy with my 3. I'm good.
I think 3 is about. I think like 2 is about enough.
Yeah, I mean, mine's is technically 3. Mine's is like one of those large ones that splits into 2.
You have
and
to
then
think, I
like,
have all of
like
your
that.
faces on one screen. I have my vertical display for anything that I read or anything that I have to keep open, like the chat and all
Yeah.
of that stuff. And then I have the display for the actual Roll20 game.
Yeah.
So I need
I've
3.
got you guys. I've got the display. I've got Monkey. I've got Discord. Like, it's good. And I can even make it. Anyway, what
An
was I
entire
doing?
screen
Insight?
just for Monkey.
Just for Monkey.
Of course.
He deserves
You
his
should
own
see.
shrine.
He's a god. He does gotta have his own.
Y'all should see the painting, the oil painting I got of me on the wall. It's pretty cool. All right.
Insight check.
Insight.
You can roll it too and still know that's the fucking truth.
And this is an advantage, so
25. The individual definitely seems like he's overly protective of that sack. And given the contents that look like it's inside of it, and given the status that the man looks like he has, he should not be carrying something like that. You estimate that something incredibly valuable is within that sack.
all right.
And it's
so,
a fishnet sack even at that, so...
Outstanding. Glenn and I are going to start pursuing him, but we'll stay back just a little bit.
Okay.
I'm assuming Glenn's still here, even though he's not really going to,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna get
yeah,
him in. Yeah.
All right, roll me a stealth check as you're following him.
Okay. How are the gods feeling today?
Yeah, I mean, you should know.
15.
You're being fairly sleuthy as you're moving through the dock
Oh!
area.
Glenn, I don't know if I can do this, but he has Pass Without Trace.
Sure, yeah, he'll use that, so plus 10.
Okay, thanks.
So, you're following him without leaving a trace behind. You see the man deviates away from the docks themselves and seems to be heading into a row of shacks that seem to be for storage for various different ships or cargoes that would come through here. He stops at one that is seemingly random and begins checking to make sure the coast is clear, not noticing you,
Right.
before pulling out a ring of keys, unlocking the door, and slipping inside of the small shack. You haven't seen anybody for past couple of minutes or so. And at this point, your hunter's mark ends.
Okay, I'm gonna head to the shack and try to open her up.
While he's in there? While he's in there?
You know what? I'm gonna give it like 15 minutes. See if he comes back out. We're gonna stay hidden. We'll give it about 15 minutes.
All right.
And see if he.
Well, it takes him about
Leaves.
10 minutes.
Okay.
And then he walks out, whistling, no longer carrying the sack.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna stay hidden and wait till he's out of sight, and then we move over and. Glenn has thieves' tools, right? Doesn't he?
I have
I
no
remember
idea, actually.
I think he.
That sounds like something Glenn would do.
Yeah.
I do believe I had a conversation with him about which one of us should try and
Should do. Yeah, that's what I remember that too.
He does not have thieves' tools proficiency.
Oh, I thought he did.
He might have
I do,
thieves'
though.
tools, but he doesn't have proficiency.
Okay, well then I will use his thieves' tools.
Yes, that is fine.
All right. Dex, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
No, strength.
Just
Actually, that was the default. Somehow it ended up on strength, and I don't know why. But all right, and I will use my game advantage.
Just
Alrighty.
sticking his finger in the lock and wiggling it really hard and just pops open.
Yep.
Isn't that how you always do it?
You put your finger in, you do a little wiggle. Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You end up unlocking it with relative ease, slipping inside. This appears to be a very large storage container filled with various different fishing goods that they would have out inside of the massive lake that you are right next to.
All right. Do any of the materials look similar to like the net and other junk that maybe he hung up somewhere? We're gonna look around and see if we can see something that might have been where he hid it.
You do see the net that he walked in with, but it's completely empty. The contents of it organized into various different locations in here, and it's just hanging from a hook on the wall.
Okay. We're gonna spend some time investigate. Ooh, don't know where that voice came from.
Yeah, that ain't
We're
it.
gonna spend some time investigating this here shack and maybe just looking around for some thingamajiggers.
Alrighty. Then go ahead and roll me an investigation. Glenn will assist you.
Awesome. Where is? Come on, baby. 19.
Ooh, good thing he assisted, huh?
Yippers.
You start going through many of the different shelves and looking inside of some of the more loose crates. You didn't hear him hammering, so he definitely didn't seal anything in here while he was inside. There doesn't appear to be anything inside of any of the crates themselves, but you do notice the stone floor that you're walking upon creaks slightly when you step on one of them. And then when you step more firmly, that's not stone, that's just gray painted wood for a section of it.
All right. We're
Like
gonna.
somebody tried making a trapdoor who doesn't know
Trapdoor.
how to make a
Doesn't-
trapdoor.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can find a way to pop this here trapdoor open.
You start running your fingers around the edges of it, and you find what appears to be a softer portion of this that has a rope underneath one of the shelves. So you pull at the rope and start pulling it up, and the floorboard opens up, revealing a nice little hidey hole that has a familiar looking chest inside of it.
Jackpot, Jack. We got it. And then just well, anyway. Jack is also Glenn.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that thingamabobber that we recognize, and I'm gonna go ahead and carry it. I'm gonna wrap it though with like is there any like what do they call that? Like, cloth, or like, that they make sails out of, like some kind of some type of material, even if it's dirty, it doesn't matter because I want to wrap it in that and carry it.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely stuff like that in here.
All right, so I'm going to wrap that up and then I'll go ahead and carry it, that and
Just
Jack's
whistle on
got
your way
my
out.
Yep, and Jack's got my 6. We get to the door of the shack and I say, Jack, after you, just in case we're ambushed. And then we leave and we'll start heading back.
As you're exiting, you do see that same dock worker, or dock master, as you can realize now, looking at the symbology on his jacket, discussing with a couple of the local guards. Yes, the unit down there, just make sure you have somebody constantly patrolling it over the next few days. We just need to make sure that nothing goes wrong. It's for a special customer. Understood? We'll put 4 people on the door immediately. Thank you so much, as the 2 of you are already walking away from it.
Not whistling, but whistling in my head.
Yes.
All the way out, all the way across town, sounding. Who the fuck is whistling?
Next time
And
on
yes.
Storage Wars.
Yeah, I love that part. Storage Wars. That's great.
Alrighty. So, I think at that note, we can go ahead and go on break, everybody. Be right back.
I'm gonna
Hello, everybody out there in D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. It was break time, Adam. Now it is no longer break time. Hello, welcome back. You're on your other account. That is wonderful. I miss your funny name. Anyways, we're back, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You gain access to some really cool emotes if you become a member here. Yeah. So anyways, Monkey, you are heading back towards your allies, putting out your mental feelers, and Samdi, with you constantly scanning everybody's minds everywhere, you end up picking on the familiar static sound of Glenn's mind, followed by the familiar John West slow-mo music of Monkey's mind.
Just out loud, Samdi just groans.
Hey, Glenn, you pop into that shop there and get us 6 bags to hold stuff in.
All right.
He suddenly went Australian.
No, I heard. No, I heard Surfer. I heard.
I'm also eating a Halls so I don't cough in your ears.
Well, I heard it. And then Glenn will go get the bag, and then we'll keep heading bags, and then we'll keep heading back.
Deduct 1 silver and 2 copper pieces.
Okay.
That's a whole 3 copper per bag.
2. He got 6.
Oh, I heard 4.
Yep. So Samdi, you sense the two of them as you and the rest of the party are traveling over towards Tree's house.
Actually, you know what? Glenn and I are gonna. We still have our hotel room, right?
Mm-hmm. Which
Maybe
is
you
on the
call that
complete
place a
opposite
hotel?
side of the city. Your hotel's over in the Hook District. And right now the party is traveling to the calm Cedar Woods over, I believe his estate was here.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we probably. Oh, we didn't discuss where we'd meet, did we?
Nope.
We're gonna be heading back to the hotel.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
Samdi
a
could
hotel.
discuss with all of y'all since he can sense
We
your
have
mind.
the earrings,
Yeah.
but we just didn't know what you were up to.
Are the earrings? Are they casting spells with the earrings?
No, not casting spells, just having spell-like effects.
Okay.
We basically have like magic walkie-talkies.
Okay. Is it like a mental thing, or are you guys like whispering into the ears? Like
It's mental.
Okay,
like-
I was like wondering about that.
Yeah, it's like you have to like touch the earring, but once you do that, it communicates.
Oh, it's like ascending. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually. Yeah. Sorry, Joey. We would have headed back towards the hotel first, rather than.
All right, you
How
guys
do I
tell
do
me
this?
what y'all are doing then, because you guys tell me what y'all are doing.
Because I don't know if I would be carrying this big thing to Tree's house. Not big
Okay.
thing, but you know what I mean. Like,
Honestly, Samdi is gripping with the idea of maybe I just let them go past us so I don't have to deal with them. That's always just the constant struggle. Anyway,
Go ahead.
well, you know
Sandy-
what? I'll retcon that in a minute. Go ahead, Carl, and then I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Okay.
yeah, Samdi is just going to say, "Okay, I can sense you're out here."
Yeah, we'll be with you in a bit. Glenn and I need to make a little pit stop, and we're gonna try to find some kind of like I don't know if there's like an outhouse or bathroom, some place that we can go in because we need to divvy up the coin and get rid of the chest. That's why we have the bags.
Okay. You find
And or maybe even even if we have to like get a hotel for a gold piece or something, we
Yeah.
want to find some place that we can be private and.
all right. You rent
Split
an
it up.
hourly motel local inside of the city.
Mm.
1 hour, 1 gold.
Okay.
It's a high standing place. You go in, you divvy it up into separate bags. Boop, you're
Yep.
done. Congrats.
Okay, yay!
We did
And
it.
we'll leave the we'll slide the first. Before I do that, I'm gonna anything else in the chest, if any, like if we tap it, see any like hidden compartments or anything.
Roll me an investigation.
All right. Bum, and Glenn and I are gonna both look. 18.
Does not appear to have any secret compartments. No.
Okay, great. So we're gonna slide the empty chest underneath the bed
Uh-huh.
and leave the empty chest there. Then we'll uh,
Perfect.
we'll leave with the
Let me mark down evidence at generic motel.
mhm.
Yo, that's a hookup hotel. Just say an hour.
That was my thought, but I wasn't going to reference it.
You're right.
A no-tell motel.
Yeah.
Motel. Nice.
So after that, Glenn will go, "Hey, monkey, can you get in contact with everybody so we don't keep the party split?"
Yeah, we can do that now.
Oh, right, dude.
Mhm.
Was that better
Check,
for you,
check,
Carl?
check. Testing one. Testing one. Testing 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check.
Monkey,
Some
we
D
hear
just
you.
screams in his ear, "Shut the fuck up!"
We hear you.
Why isn't he responding? Oh yes, I told him to shut up. If I knew it was this easy, I would have said it earlier.
Right. I keep saying I need to learn silence. Monkey,
Yeah, is everything good? You guys safe?
we have a lead on taking care of the law, like we were contracted to do.
Oh, fantastic.
It turns
Ah.
out that our contact is 3, and we are headed there now.
Interesting. A little sidewinder. Let's see what he's up to.
Right. We did at the address that was provided to us. We did make a contact with someone named Reese. He says that he might have the ability to help us, but
All right.
we will see.
All right. Well, keep your eyes peeled. We're on our way to Trees. Glenn and I got you each a little gift, but we'll see when we give it to you.
At least one of us was successful.
And then as we're walking there, I've got the bags. I'm rewrapping the bags in that cloth, so that way there's no way for someone to snag a bag, and I'm holding it tight under my cloaky thing.
All right.
with
So
both ends.
all of you meet up out front of Tree's house.
Before I left the shop, I would flip the sign and tell the imp that's on the thing, let me know if anyone shows up.
Yep, gotcha.
And then,
And the old
Yeah.
man will just,
I'm gonna go take an oatmeal bath.
yeah, I tell him just go back to the manor.
Hmm.
What?
Hmm?
Nothing.
Are you sure you don't
Um,
need a little extra protection?
No. Just go back to the manor for now.
Perfect.
and you all do see he leaves with a massive crossbow that's cocked and loaded as he's walking.
He doesn't play around.
Wait, the old guy?
The old man,
Mhm.
yes. And his hands
told you
are
he was a
nowhere
former
near
thief.
as shaky.
I told you he was a former thief.
Hmm.
He tried to steal from me once, and then he attempted to bury the hatchet. I almost buried the hatchet in his head. Now he works for me. Wait. So
Interesting.
where it says here, is that where we're going?
Yes.
Okay, I would let you guys know if you go up the road is my manor. In case I'm never at the office. Since I have a particular interest in this law, I guess. So
Right now, you see a unique-looking man walk around the corner. Monkey, would you like to describe what you look like, please?
Yeah, so I'm 6'7". I ain't always been this tall, but I've been blessed. And I got like a hat with a red thingamabobby on there, and I've got my nice white ruffled shirt and a little bit of red, kind of like a bow tie, but not quite a bow tie on. And the side of my black pants have some red stripes with a little bit of gold on it. And I'm probably carrying an apple.
Let it be known, this man has never bought an apple.
You need to
I'm
buy
ass-
them; they're free.
I'm assuming this is an ally, or are we getting thugged? Or are you guys just here to thug me?
I wish it was just that easy.
This is
Howdy,
Monkey.
y'all. Glad we could meet up. This is my brother Glenn.
They are
And
not
Glenn,
related.
I'll let him describe himself later, but he looks dead. He's very pale, gaunt.
Yes.
All right. Well, what time of day is it, Joey?
At this point, you're an hour or so away from dusk.
Glenn and I found y'all a little something. So, are we like out in the middle of the street, or where are we at?
You're right in front of Tree's house in the middle of the street.
Okay. Are there many people walking by, or is it just kind of us?
It's more of a privatized area. I mean, you'll see people, but nobody who lingers or,
Okay.
you know.
I would warn you before you do trade, people talk about who walks through here.
It's all right.
We've
got
already been here.
We've been here.
Yes. But
got
now you're
some-
walking around with me, and I have quite a bit of reputation around here. So just be
That's all
aware.
right. I love my friends, and I brought them all a gift, a
Lovely.
little snack. And I'll kind of open up the can't do a insight checks on players. I'll open up the wrapping a little bit, and Princess, this is for you, and I give you a bag. It's kind of heavy. Bart, this is yours. Somebody, this is yours. And Glenn has his, so I give Glenn his.
All right. And is it evenly distributed, or does some
2,000
people-
each.
Okay.
2,000 each. Yep.
Fuck. Where did you get this?
We found it. Someone just kind of was careless, like, and left it lying around.
Well, lovely.
You know what?
Noted.
I
If
keep
someone
doing it.
comes in here looking for gold, I'll deny any favors for that.
I broke the golden rule. Don't ask Monkey where he found anything. Is it in gold
just-
pieces?
You just
It
go.
is 2,000 gold. 2,000 gold each.
You just go
Jesus.
with it.
So make sure
yes.
everybody checks their weight capacities with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
I have Gabrielle. I have no weight capacity.
Don't worry, princess. I'll carry it. Do you need me to carry for you as well, Bart?
Also,
Think of Russian himbo bodyguard.
yeah.
That is Gavriel.
Oh,
Yeah,
and he's
Gabriel.
also an
Ooh.
elf.
And he's
Just
also
a
a
gigantic
nerd
buff.
with huge glasses.
Yeah, like buff nerd, like himbo, completely devoted to Katarina. It's great.
100%
Lovely.
used to watch Dragon Ball Z and worked out because of it.
Lovely. All he inherited was a hairline. Nice.
Yeah.
That was exactly the personality I was trying to convey to you, Joey, and you nailed
I
it.
got her.
The thing is, I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate.
But
I
do you need
personally
me to
hate
carry
him.
the things
and
for you so you can
Bartikov
better
wishes
directly
his
protect
death.
her?
But like, take out a scrap of paper, like write down the amount of money that he's putting in, and tuck it into his like armor pocket, and he hands him all of his gold pieces.
Mhm.
Do not
I don't have
worry.
any armor on.
I'll
I don't have
protect it
any armor on.
almost
go
as
ahead.
well as I protect the princesses.
I swear to God.
Yeah, I have no armor on. I have no bag. I just have a belt with a little sack on it and a rapier.
Also,
simple
Monkey,
math.
were you not giving Gabriel a cut?
No,
Wow.
No.
He's Cat's responsibility.
that's right. She can pay her.
He's less of an NPC, more of a pet.
Yeah,
Ah,
just
It'd
how she
be-
likes him.
Oh.
I get
It wouldn't be as sad if it wasn't true.
I get it. Yes, if you guys are done with your shady exchange of money, I'm sure you have a man that we're here to talk to.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I missed
Oh,
it.
I said, now that you're done with your shady exchange of money in a rich man's district, let's go talk to a point of contact.
I don't quite know what you mean by shady, but
I mean, an exchange of money in the middle of the street looks pretty
You know,
bad.
you know what they say about looks. Sorry you don't give your friends gifts, but I appreciate each
Oh.
and every one of mine.
That's a tough thing to swallow, but okay. Come.
Oh, jeez.
I am.
And don't say that right after you say tough to swallow.
Yep.
Ah,
I realized what I said after.
you'll learn.
Uh,
You'll learn.
Now, Sam D is going to. He's just. Is like, God, I hate the fact that he considers me a friend.
Katarina, take a look around and see if there is the guard, his usual guard around.
His usual guard seems to be patrolling the estate, not out front.
I'm just walking
Be
in.
a shame if something were to happen to him. Now that you know.
No, I'm here. You'll be okay.
I won't
Oh,
cast
okay.
sending. The tree.
Okay, what are you sending?
Tree, it seems that I get to enjoy your company again today. If you have time, we have made acquaintance with a Reese, and we wish to talk about a law that could be passed.
He's in the middle of a bubble bath.
You poopin'?
Is Reese attempting to call in his favor with me? Sorry,
I
I just
will-
need to know where we stand with this conversation. If this is friendly or not.
Reese asked if you would be turning in your favor with him.
No, because I've yet to get anything in exchange from you guys about that. And that's a pretty big favor. Friendly conversation.
This would be more of a friendly conversation to perhaps see what opportunities there are.
If anything, quid pro quo.
So that was another sending to Tree about a friendly conversation.
Then you
Wait.
may all come visit. I'm currently inside of an oatmeal bath, but I should be done within the hour. If you get here before then, there should be refreshments on the dining room table.
Sending ends. Ding dong.
Yeah, we're those people.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
hey,
I'm
I'm
like,
coming
did you
over,
just-
and you're like calling from their driveway.
Did you send him a sending?
Yes.
Oh, I thought about doing that too, but it was I.
So,
See, you all are
you all
a
walk
group of
onto
magical
the
talents.
estate. Walk through the very lovely large courtyard that he has to his home. The many different pavilions are set up already and completely empty of any goods, since he was not prepared for anybody to arrive. However, as you all walk into the estate, the primary estate for the first time, for many of you, you see a very admittedly simple foyer. There is a large portrait of Dimitri hanging on the wall. There is a single staircase that leads upstairs, and there appears to be different doors with symbols written upon them that would suggest some amount of point to how they were constructed, maybe magical infusions to better protect the estate, but admittedly a very bland-looking home, all things considered.
Cat is just gonna keep like a back of the mind track of like anything that could point to what his actual background is, like who he actually is.
And
Okay.
also another point that I wanted to ask while I was waiting for people to finish.
Mhm.
Is this a picture of Dimitri or Tree?
They are the same person.
Yes, but like we know that he's different.
I mean, it looks like the same man that you've been having these conversations with this whole time.
Insight
will-
check the painting.
Sure.
Is
Yes,
Insight
How old
check
is it?
that painting.
that's actually a good question. How old is the painting? Would I know how old a painting would be? Is a better question.
Are you proficient in painter's supplies?
I am.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm an Eldarin. I can change my talents as well. Right now, it's calligraphy tools and painter's tools.
Hmm.
That could be
I
handy.
hear I thought I was the broken one.
So,
Mhm.
is somebody going to actually insight the painting?
I am going to closely inspect it.
Alrighty. Roll me a straight wisdom check.
It's the same as almost all my other untrained skills.
Yep.
You should have licked it instead.
Yes.
8.
Tasty. Lead paint. Yum.
I see him eyeballing the painting, and can I make a painter's check?
Yes, you may, utilizing wisdom.
Okay. Utilizing wisdom. Got it.
Yep.
Switch that up.
But at least you get your proficiency in it.
Yes.
8, Samdi. This portrait is between 1 week
Oh shit! It's still
and
in.
10 years old.
There we go. I switched it to public. Do you want me to re-roll that or no?
No, it's fine. 23. That
What do I
portrait
get?
is about 5.5 years old. And you can tell by the make of the artist that this was a professionally done portrait in order to make sure that he has a slimmer build to him in the portrait itself. They went out of their way to broaden the shoulders, which would suggest that the man who would ask for something like that was a bit self-conscious about how weak their shoulders were. There's also a sharpness to the jawline underneath the fat of the neck. But of course, Tree has lost a little bit of weight since 5 years ago. He looks to be about 25 pounds lighter, which definitely helps his jawline be seen for not as strong as it is in that portrait.
Yeah, so I see you looking at it and I go, yeah, he's fat now. The painting was made 5 years ago. Are you a man of the art?
Just Samdi stares at it blankly. You see his eyes go cross-eyed as he like looks away from it, like, ugh. How much lead is in that?
Depends.
I feel like I just wasted 10 years of my life.
Can I make like a snooty assessment of it?
What do you mean?
Like,
How much is the painting worth?
yeah, like is this like?
Oh,
It's
are
a
you
high
proficient
quality-
in painter supplies?
I'm not, but I'm a noble.
You are a noble, so you may roll a wisdom check.
Roll the
I'm not sure that gives her the qualifications to know if it's good or not.
Well, that's why it's straight wisdom and there's no proficiency.
13.
also you
13.
could
It's high quality. I mean, not as high as you would get from your kingdom, but it's definitely high quality.
Mhm.
you could also roll like the stereotypical how to avoid taxes as a rich person thing. Like,
Yeah,
art.
that's a very common thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
It was like, how much would I make somebody value this as and then donate it?
yeah.
You guys
like,
are obsessed with his
mm.
imagery, aren't you?
As most people should be. You all watch as Tree begins descending down the stairs in his bathrobes that covers the majority of his body, of course. currently slicked back hair from getting out of his oatmeal bath that he was enjoying. And he looks at all of you. There's a little bit of steam coming off of his skin, suggesting that whatever bath he was taking was incredibly hot.
Thank you for meeting us on such short notice.
Of
Yes.
course, not an issue at all.
It's good to see you again, darling.
While they were inspecting the painting, Monkey took his hat off and was looking at the mirror on the inside and brushing his hair.
Yes. You as well, Reese. And I hear that this is just a friendly conversation, correct?
Of course, of course. I mean, they were looking for you, but I mean, I don't give away certain assets for free, as you know. So they were apparently sent to meet with a contact, and the only contact I can think of is you. So,
And
what's
this
your-
pertains to a new law being passed?
yes, this law, this debauchery and servitude, indentured servitude law. What's your take on that? Come. Do you need to get changed? We can wait.
I do not believe this meeting. Well, maybe it will take a little longer.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable. I'm perfectly fine.
Of course.
He'll wander down the stairs and then down the hallway towards one of the sliding doors. When it opens wide, you all see that there is a large room with a very large oval-shaped table inside of it. The table is positioned high enough that you could stand at it and look down at anything that was placed there. Though currently it looks freshly cleaned off, like very freshly cleaned off. Bart, with your proficiencies in the military, you would be able to discern that this is a war room. The way that the table is designed for people to stand at attention in order to read through it, it's devised specifically with the purposes of everybody planning strategically. The oval shape of the map is perfect for, the oval shape of the table is perfect for placing maps as well as parchments on it, while being sure that everybody is standing not on a corner's edge, but on a smooth portion of it, putting them at closer proximity so it's harder to get away with any secretive whispers or anything such as that. Well,
Okay.
yes. Question?
I remove my shoes and I put them in my bag, and I pull out some chanclas and I put them on the ground, and I put those on before walking in.
Fuck's a chancla.
It's like a sandal.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mexican.
And just call it a sandal.
Sorry.
How
Hispanic
dare
side of me
you?
comes
How
out.
dare you have a racial
He's bringing
identity?
culture into this
Yes.
game, Carl.
Yeah, how
We
dare you
like
have a
that.
cultural identity?
How dare you be bilingual? How dare?
No, I had no idea what a chancla was.
Yeah, chanclas are like I have one on, like one of these.
I
you know?
live
The
in one of
sandals,
Well,
those.
this is a
yeah.
croc, but like,
Oh, they're
It's a-
Crocs,
it's a
but
sa-
sandals.
yeah, I'm
It's-
like, this
it's-
is a croc, but
It's like a plastic sandal.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like flip flops.
I live in one of the least culturally
Doubles as a
diverse
beat
places.
stick.
Yeah.
You guys have volcanoes and bread made from volcanoes.
Yes, that is our one culture.
Yeah.
Volcano.
And
Yeah.
an incredibly successful competitive Warhammer team.
Damn,
Nice.
that's nice.
Of course, you know about that.
Ain't
Yeah.
nothing else to do out there. But anyways, he'll look over at you, Bart. You had a question.
Did you?
I was just commenting on the excellent layout of the table. It's very convenient for holding a meeting.
Well, yes, this is my meeting room.
Mhm.
So, friends, he goes into this chamber and stands at the head of the oval. You all...
I see you've been. Oh,
Yes, what were you saying?
I see you've been doing rather well.
Always doing spectacular, thank you.
Mhm. You know, you only live right down the street from me, and I never see you come over.
Never much of a reason to.
Oh, we have really good mimosas.
Maybe I'll make an exception one of these days. How's the old man doing? Croaked yet?
No, not yet. And then, I mean, he takes care of my daughter from time to time, so he does his job.
So, he claps his hands. You all are looking to know more about that contract. Well, since this is a friendly conversation, may I inquire as to why?
I look at all of them. Well, for me, you know my business.
I
And
am
you know,
aware.
I'm sure you're aware of the recent upstir within the Asmodeus community regarding this forsaken contract.
I've heard whispers of this, yes.
Yes.
Some
So-
individuals are excited for it, and some more lawful individuals are very pissed off about it.
Well, let's just say it's not right
Of course.
to change a contract mid-contract without having the proper intent on the paper.
You see what I mean by
So-
more lawful, then. So,
course.
Katarine,
Yes.
what is it? Why are you inquiring about this?
This is something that we heard about upon arriving in the city, and seeing that we had made a few acquaintances. One of them asked us for a favor into putting an end to this.
So you're looking to directly intervene in political affairs here in Spalding.
Seems like it's a habit of ours, don't you think?
I believe it would be, yes.
Oh, so you guys have done other things with reputational.
Do you recall the people that I had a conversation with and dealings with back in Casino while I was out visiting there?
Oh yeah, you mentioned something that you met a group of wealthy individuals. You didn't say it was them.
No, I did not. I didn't think it
Oh.
would be of consequence. But
Until
Yes.
your people start showing up at my doorstep.
it was never my intention.
I digress. Continue.
Well, there is an inner circle within the Spalding family that thinks that this new law would push them into the next tier of capital gains. The Hook District has been one of the very few districts within the city that they have not been able to maintain complete and utter control over. Of course, with their previous family member who was in charge of this mishandling themselves and being voted out by the general populace, they have been looking to gain that power again over there. Unfortunately, all of the best employees that work in the location don't seem to have an interest in working with the Spaldings, given their history, which is why certain people are looking for alternative ways of gaining employees that will do any amount of moral or immoral activities by different various standards. Now, I won't lie, I have enjoyed the company of these houses. It's far cheaper than trying to get myself a mate. And usually leaves me much more satisfied. But there's a little bit of an issue that I have with forcing people into these services. Now, indentured servitude, I understand. It's pay off your debts by means of working. It's never been a fantastic system, but it's more or less been fine, thanks to the Church of Asmodeus's conducting of that contract, meaning they are only
It's very
capable.
lucrative.
Well, it's been reasonable in my mind. You know, you're allowed to do physical labor that is appropriate for your age and physical capabilities in order to pay this off. You are able to work for any professional workings or dealings that you have in order to pay it off as well. And you are not asked to do anything outside of your own religious or moral. What is the phrasing for that one? You would know it better than I would, of course, Reese.
Compass?
Sure, compass.
Let's go with compass.
Sure. So, I've been not a fan, but okay with that system. This new introduction, if I'm being completely frank with my friends, he gestures his head towards you, Katarine. It is
Still
disgusting.
acknowledge. I agree completely. I think that if a person chooses to work for someone, they choose to work for someone.
Yes.
And if you put any sort of debt or any sort of
Burden.
yes, so any sort of burden or any sort of leverage against the person who is working versus someone who already holds more cards, I think you're setting yourself up for a situation that is precarious in the least.
And morally bankrupt. Yes. So that is the surface level of my understanding of all of this.
You wouldn't happen to
Let's-
have a name of the people that are helping spearhead this expedition, would you?
I have a single name, but as you can understand, I am not too terribly keen or privy in releasing the information of my family to others.
Well,
Yeah,
as you know,
um,
quid pro quo. Oh, go ahead.
As he says, I have a single name. I am trying to connect to his mind.
Okay. You connect into there, and you see that he's trying very diligently to keep his mind clear of thought. He seems exceptionally suspicious of Reese. And because of that, he seems very, well, compared to how he usually is in your presence, Samdi, closed off.
Hmm. I'm going to look over towards Reese and then look back at Tree. So you owed him a favor at some point, correct?
Yes.
Or continue to owe him a favor.
Yes, I currently have not fully paid up on my debt,
Of course.
which
This
I intend to uphold.
I mean, you know the role. All I have to do is say, please, whatever the request is.
Yes, of course.
So,
hmm.
that time has not
Sound is
come.
going. Yeah, Sound is going to look over at Reese.
Yes.
You might be putting him in a bit of a rough spot being here when this is only slightly related to you.
Oh, darling. Spool, you know I would never, ever use strong arm you that way. Relax. We're here as we're playing friends today, you know, not business associates. But concerned friends, not concerned business associates. if
Well
it
then,
helps.
friend, what is your intention with this information?
I mean, to have a little bit more to find out who's causing this issue and if it's related to the Church of Asmodeus, set that right, because if we start changing laws and we say it in the name under my worship, that's when we start having some problems, and then we start being looked at as the bad guy, and I just don't need the Church of Asmodeus already having a worse face than it already has.
Well,
We
you're
already are the
aware.
devil.
Are you aware of the recent issues your church has been having lately?
No, I've been out of town recently, back at Sharpton.
Well,
It's only recently have been back in town.
as a friend, I feel like I should let you be aware that there was a fanatical cultist like individual who by my understanding, was vanquished, but not before committing a few rituals for a devil that worked underneath your church.
Sandy.
Sacrifices, burnings of buildings. Your church is not looked at too terribly fondly as soon as all of these words begin to come to light for others to see. Now, I'm sure that would be very inconvenient for you and your businesses. However, as a friend, I feel like I should let you be aware of all of this and let you be aware that certain individuals, whom I am not at liberty to discuss, are hiding that information from coming to light.
What
I
the
would like to insight check him on all of this,
Sure.
if that's okay.
Sandy, who at all
Oh,
points, it does look like he's smiling,
Why is it
mostly due to his lack of lisps.
doing that?
Is in fact just like
Oh.
fully ear to ear smiling.
Yeah.
Had he ears.
So I
Yeah.
see the roll. It was a 24.
Yeah, I realized it was on permanent toggle for whatever reason.
Yeah, just toggle it off.
Yeah, just
So,
Yep.
now. Yeah.
Just talk it
There we
off.
go.
Yeah, I
Now
figured
it's
it
off.
out.
So, Reese. He's trying to convey to you that this
They're
situation
connected.
happening is connected. Yes.
I assumed.
The individuals who would have it looked poorly upon, he doesn't know if they're directly associated with the cultist activity or not, but he does know that the church is being protected by the Spauldings, probably as a return on favor. So whoever's being protected is directly connected to the Spaulding in charge of this contract.
Okay, so I just want to make sure for lore purposes I've got this correct.
Okay.
So he's insinuating that the shit happening with the Church of Asmodeus and the rituals, that is
Not directly associated with Spaulding,
right, but,
but
it's
it's
being covered up.
as a
Okay.
return of favor by a Spaulding member.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
The fact
Yeah,
that
no.
something like that didn't reach your ears, Reese, that is not normal. That is deliberate, and that is something that is being specifically hidden. Something like this always reaches your ears.
Yeah, I leave for a couple months and the word goes to shit. What the fuck?
But
who would do
that there
such a
should-
thing?
this seems that there's some sort of leverage here that could be manipulated.
I mean, the purpose of a
feel-
favor is to call it in, correct?
Correct.
Right, but what if you do away with the thing that is causing you to ask for a favor?
That is curious indeed.
I mean, are you asking in regards to our contract that me and him have?
No.
I'm simply saying that because it seems that the Church of Asmodeus is a major player here, and it would be embarrassing if such information would come out. And if the potential embarrassment were gone.
Darling, are you trying to manipulate me into helping you out with with this issue?
I'm trying to manipulate you into accepting our help with it. Because I know
Oh.
about we know about the cult activity within Fornitus.
Well, there's no need to play coy. Anything that has to do with the Asmodeus Church here does directly affect me and my family.
And
So,
because you are my friend, Katarine, I feel like I should let you know, in all fairness, he is exceptionally invested in not just the image, but the ethical standing of the church.
Hmm.
Sorry
one of the
if
people
that
they
goes
advise
against
those
our
laws.
friendship, but I am quite fond of her and her group for some time now.
hey, your things are my things, right? Up to a certain point.
Santi raises a finger and then lowers it.
Yeah.
Up to a certain point.
I
So,
I've lost more trust in him than I thought I had.
who, me? But darling, you shouldn't trust anyone you just meet. We all have
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought
ulterior
I didn't trust you
motive.
for a bit, and then you just ruin it.
Hey, ulterior motives are a thing. Without ulterior motives, we have no direction. Right? If we don't live in a world where we're building on top of each other, what's the point of the class system?
Don't get
Or
philosophical with me.
favors?
I can literally tune you out.
Now,
Of course, of course, of course.
now,
But
there's one more bit of information I should let you all be aware of. The Fold does not seem to have eyes on this situation right now, which is a concern.
That
Oh,
is a concern.
yeah.
mm.
Wait. He looks over at you, Katarine. You're aware of the Fold?
The recent conversation with Vanessa.
Of course.
I look at her. Are you aware of the fold?
I'm surprised none of you are looking
You
at
seem
me.
to you seem to forget that well, Reese, I can forgive you for just having met me, but Tree, darling, you should have some idea of who you're talking with.
I am aware, that is not something very talked about, especially with outsiders.
Well, it seems that Komotor is now my home.
Very well. But yes, for some reason, the Fold does not seem to have eyes and ears on this situation, or whoever it is not being active. And he gives you a surprising look that everybody else can see on his face. Wait, everybody with a passive of 12 or higher.
Is it directed at me? Because otherwise I'm gonna fucking miss it.
No, it's directed at Reese. There
Okay.
is a sternness behind his eyes that usually is not there. A very, very direct power and a very direct disdain coming from this statement. That is something that should never be happening. Katarine, you're the only one who misses that look in his eye.
Yeah.
I agree. And don't worry. Compensation towards you and recompense towards those who are causing an issue will be dealt with in a severe manner. And again, I appreciate your help.
You're more than welcome
friends,
to
of course.
redact that favor as compensation.
darling. We all know that's not how that works.
Yes, I know.
And I show him the tattoo that has the tree symbol on it, like a small oak growing up. And I go, until it's gone, you know.
Of course.
So that's how you deal contracts.
Yes, in the flesh. Well,
I
for me
hate
it
you.
is. It's kind of like a reminder.
I hate you for that pun.
Why?
I
I pull out like a simple needle, just a little prick.
Well,
and then-
that is all
Put
of
the
the
needle away.
information I'm going to be privy to releasing without an actual favor being called in. So, if you don't mind, this meeting should probably be over now. Just to make sure we don't raise any suspicions. Do you mind using the back entrance?
Not at all.
Thank you.
Oh, before I forget, here. And I pull out a 100-year-old wine that costs exactly 5 gold.
Thanks.
I go, here you go.
And he
That is
just
the
places
cheapest
it.
100-year-old wine
He
ever.
just places
D&D
it on
Beyond,
the
bro.
table.
It's 100-year-old 2-buck chuck.
He
And
just
here I thought,
It's vinegar.
places it on the table.
Hey, gold is expensive, technically, you know?
Not for this.
Not for this, you're right.
Yeah.
not for this or him.
That's why I said exactly 10.
It's so Kat will kind of shoot them, like, kind of like have a look at it, like, oh god, like just like
For real-
that's
That's what
really
that's what you serve to somebody you really don't like.
Here's my question.
Enjoy
Here's
the
my
wine.
question. Was it a 5 gold wine before 100 years ago, or is it a 5 gold wine now?
It says
'Cause that
vintage
implies-
wine that was aged for 100 years. Has a sweet yet tangy texture. So I
It just
assume it's
raises
like
the
a
qu-
version of red wine that like just wasn't aged for very long. Something you'd find in like a convenience store.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah, it's
have to
100.
we'll have to pop open something decent.
This is Redfoot wine. That's
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like a box wine you buy at Walmart, you know?
And as you all are leaving, as you all are exiting out, Katarine, you catch him touching his head a few times, looking at you.
Do I
She connect.
hear something?
She'll reach out to him. You called?
This individual, be aware of any dealings you make with them. And don't forget, you have to handle the situation for me as well. This is my payment for you handling that situation on a good promise.
Absolutely. Now, the last thing that we would need is the name of the lady.
Carissa Long.
Consider it taken care of.
He'll nod as you are leaving. Samdi, of course, you're aware of this little conversation happening.
Somebody's aware of everything.
Yeah. There are no secrets in Samdi's mind, or anybody else's near Samdi.
I talked to him in his mind. I appreciate the help.
So you can hear the laughter
And
of a
if
crocodile in the background.
if you need anything, don't be afraid to come by. I'll gladly help you out.
He just smiles. And
That's
you
it.
all leave through the back entrance.
Somebody immediately connects the cat. So, did you catch the tail end of that? Because I believe we have another fucking mind reader.
Would I have? Would it have been over?
No, your ability does not allow you to read everybody's surface thoughts.
Right.
You're just able to telepathically communicate. Samdi is the only one who would have picked up on that.
Gotcha. No, I did not hear anything. I was just having a last conversation with.
I was aware.
Mm-hmm.
Our lawyer over here. By the way, side note, is he? No, never mind. He weirds me out.
You're not the only one.
No, he definitely sent Tree a message. Side note. Actually, now it makes sense because he was, in fact, trying to fortify himself against psychic intrusion. Tree was, thanks to Reese.
So we're not the only ones who can play the game.
He can't really enter my mind. Or at least he can try. Hoping he doesn't find me all too interesting.
You guys are all so interesting.
As you're leaving through the back door.
You all have that stupid look on your faces when you're talking with each other in your heads.
It's like you don't have one when you're listening.
Wait, did you say that out loud?
Yes, because I can't read minds.
Oh.
But you all have that
Oh.
stupid glazed over look.
Oh, you guys talking minds? Lovely.
I'm going to look at Katarine and I'm going to point at the earrings.
So it was a gift from some people in casino.
No, I understand. It's probably the best way to privately talk with someone in a crowded place.
Certainly.
And I'm going to... yeah, first, go ahead.
Especially when you don't want anyone to know even a conversation is taking place, and she's just gonna like fucking glare at Bart.
Where are you guys going to? I'm assuming because it's dusk that you guys are going to check in for the night.
I'd rather not tell you where we're staying.
Well, I was about to say, you guys know where I am, and you guys are welcome. I won't be at the office because this requires a little bit more delicacy of my manner, and I gesture up. Like, if you go follow the street, make a right, the first right, and then a left, and follow the road down, you can't miss it. The manor will have my symbol, and I show you my signet, right, which is literally just 3 mountains and 2 stars. It'll have it on the gate. Come by when you guys are done with it, whatever you're doing, and I
6
might
months
have
later.
more regarding that Asmodeus situation,
Hmm.
Sure.
which might be helping with you. That's if you guys want. I mean, I'm going to deal with it regardless.
How late in the day is it?
At this point, it's dusk.
Santi sends Kat a message through the ring. Or not the ring, the earring. Almost. I forgot the ear part. And I'm going to say, do you think there's any sort of magic item that just blocks out mental communication for a bit? Because I'm going to need it with this man. I do not want him poking around in my head.
If there is a magic, there is an opposite to it. So I'm sure that would be a thing.
I don't need anything extra. I just want him out of my head.
Hmm.
I am trying my damnedest. I'm finding that tomorrow.
We can take a
I don't-
look, yes.
I don't care if I have to go back to that fucking bird. Or whatever the fuck the door creature was.
Oh, you mean, God, what was his name?
Yeah, our ticket seller, you know the one.
Yes.
Let's go.
Of course, of course. My home's just up the road. Again, you guys are welcome to come by whenever you want. If I'm not there, I'm at the office. But tomorrow I'll be home.
All right. I will reach out to you when we have made our decision.
I mean, I can always send you, a thing if you want. I'll just talk to you guys in your head.
Rather not. I will send
I
you a
mean,
message.
through ascending and not through anything crazy. Relax. Just because I deal with people owing me a favor doesn't make me the bad guy. They come to me with their issues, right? I just solve them.
Of course. And I just help, and we've just helped the people of Casino.
Of course. And I'm sure that I've helped you guys with giving you a little bit of more information than you guys initially had in the beginning. So hopefully this all works out for y'all. Maybe tomorrow we can form a mutual contract if it comes out down to it.
I don't know if we would be willing to enter a contract necessarily, especially with someone who wears them on their skin.
Contracts bind even myself. Look at it that way.
But
such as fear of mental manipulation, which I'm under the impression now that you guys possess, as well as myself. So it's like a way of stopping that obsidian, putting up obsidian walls,
we will discuss it.
Of course. Until then, y'all have a good night. And I'm gonna start heading off to my house.
Alrighty. Everyone else heading back over to your hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. As soon as you walk up the nice little roadway to your home, you are met at the front door with your familiar servant.
Hello, sir. Welcome home.
Good morning or good evening.
How did your business go today?
Concerning. Very, very concerning. Well, turns out that certain things I should have been aware of, I wasn't, which means I'm being intentionally cut off from something. And I need to find out who they are. That way I can single-handedly cut them off from the neck down.
These new guests of yours, are they the problem?
He pulls out
No,
his
no.
crossbow.
No. They seem like a group of good people. And those are the ones that always kind of worry me. But not too bad. See, evil is evil. Good people, how many things have been done in the sake of good? So that's it. Just we'll check the birdies and see what they say.
I will put them on them tonight.
Okay.
Tea is already prepared.
Oh, thank you. I have my coffee. Just check the beggars. Put a word out to the beggars to keep an eye on them.
Of course. I should probably mention that some of the people in the Gravelers district to the south are becoming big fans of Bartikov, as they call him, as well as Monkey and Glenn. Apparently Bartikov is trying to introduce more means to them, while the other two are giving them breakfast sandwiches in the morning to make them happy. I think good justifies them, but nobody does anything without reason.
Of course. Ulterior motives.
It's what makes the world go round, sir.
I agree.
And he'll go over to the table and take your cup of tea, since he knows you do not like tea over your coffee, but he gets to drink the fine stuff if he prepared it for you and you don't.
Yes.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Is my daughter back from Sharpton? I know that I left in a quick notice with the circle.
She's still over there.
Okay. Cool. That's it.
Alrighty. Back to everybody else. You make your way back over towards your nice little inn. Do. Anything you all wish to speak about with the guise of privacy?
The guise of privacy. I love the way that you put that.
Thank you.
I do have a question. The bubble. Can it be scryed upon on the inside? Or does it block all
Tiny
magic?
Hut?
Yeah.
Tiny Hut stops magic from entering in from the outside of it, but it does not stop magic from originating inside of it.
So it would be like
Firebolt cannot pass through, but somebody can choose to put something inside of it, like an arcane eye, if they cast it within range to start there.
Yeah, so fun fact, Firebolt can't go through it, but Fireball can.
Yes, I found out about that recently. I'll keep that in mind.
You can't blame me, he already spotted it.
Cool. I'm still gonna ritually cast the hut. Just makes me feel better.
Yeah, of course.
Everything's about how much it makes you feel.
Well, that and, you have to be really pinpoint accurate to get an arcane eye into that.
It's a 15 by 15, right?
Just saying a scry targets the person.
10. It's a 10-foot radius. Still. It just makes me, no, scrying does, but stuff like arcane eye, there are some things that it would protect against.
I mean, a ballistic vest isn't going to stop all the bullets.
Right. It just helps.
Mm-hmm. So imagine Scry is a headshot and Arcane Eye is like...
Yeah, so she's gonna ritually cast Lehman's tiny hut, right? And then as we're having conversation, just ritually casting detect magic inside the bubble.
Also, I have cast See Invisible again.
I am watching the shop.
Alrighty.
There are other invisible things I don't like.
So, anything else?
So, do we take him up on his offer, or do we try to cut him out? I'm not sure if I trust him.
I think he will prove useful.
Just do not like the idea of having another mind reader.
I mean, not like we can be any more intrusive on each other's personal lives. I think
But
you
you know-
useful, but we do need to be careful. He's making some strange hints about the ways he go about making deals.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me nervous. But any port in a storm, and we're in desperate need of help with this right now because we have some very conflicting interests.
Hmm.
Mm.
So, might be in our best interest to keep him on side. Seems to be well connected.
Yeah.
I think
Raise-
that's what.
Go ahead, Carl.
Those connections do raise a question. I don't think that's a stretch to say that we're not all exactly 100% trusting of each other. Sure, we can trust each other with a lot of things, but I do question your moral alignment, especially you, Cat. You couldn't
Why
stop
me?
at one city. You have to fix everything.
You understand my motives.
That's why I'm concerned by them. I enjoy being untethered. If we keep him at an arm's distance, I'm fine with accepting his help. But if he tries to mosey on into my mind, I am going to kill him.
And you would have my help.
An interesting double standard, but I approve.
Everyone has double standards, just some people aren't open about it. That's not a jab at any of you, I'm just saying.
No, it's fine. It is a double standard, Bartakov, because if it's one of those things. We have an advantage. If someone tries to use that sort of thing against us, then they are against us.
But yes, for now, having a connected person's help that it's not
Bless
like
you.
our current bless you. It's not like our current connections. Bless you, Jerome.
Joey.
No, I was making a
Jerome.
joke.
Like Jerome, he came to get his
Oh,
money.
yeah.
That was the joke. That's oh, bless you, Jerome. No, but where was I? Nah. It's not like our current connections aren't or less shady in and of themselves. We know Tree is not quite what he says to be.
Right, but he's been useful.
Yes, and that is why I have not voiced too many concerns about it.
He did say that he did
He-
say that he's the information he provided is also part of the compensation for removing the investigation around him.
I could handle that aspect. We just need to find the guy again.
Well, if we... He said that he was not going to call off the investigation, no matter what we did. So, we
Yes.
take it to the source. That is my idea.
Oh, it's the hard option.
Hmm?
Oh, I guess, yes, removing the source does remove the chance of it happening again. I just think he actually asked us for removing the symptom.
Right, but it seems that Osby is, his general alignment seems to be worthwhile. I'd hate to, simply just eliminate him.
I know that this seems to happen a lot to us that we need to do it, but why do we always discuss the best way to kill our new friends?
Wait, you guys are murderers?
You guys murder? That's illegal.
Was that Jerome or?
That was
were you-
Jerome, yeah.
No, we just apparently like contingency plans.
Well, have you tried just talking it out?
It's
We're
a foreign
usually not
concept.
the ones that make the first move. We just have to defend ourselves more often than normal people would expect to have to.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know. I
speaking
can.
of-
I I mean, I was kind of listening to your guys' conversation, not, mind fucking listening, but normal listening. And yeah.
We've had the conversation. He made it fairly clear that he wasn't going to call off the investigation.
Right. I mean, investigation into someone helping you trying to make sure that there's not, you know, forced prostitution. I mean, that's was the guy that
a
much of a
point.
dick? Like,
He may have a
Probably.
point that he may not know that is something he's working on.
All right, to ease your worries about this, Jerome. A guy is investigating a guy because he started acting different. Turns out the guy started acting like a good person. However, the investigator is very much a I want the truth sort of person, and I believe it's going to be the death of him.
oh shit, one of those people who can't drop things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate those people.
And unfortunately, I'm going to raise another point of contention to this. It might just be the case that even if we make the employer drop the investigation, he might still investigate. He did seem like that kind of
Yeah.
person.
So, do we try to share with him the fact that Tree is helping us with this particular case, so that he will have motivation to not continue investigation?
It's to all right. Since people don't want me to just end the problem right now, if we give him the option of leaving the investigation at that, fine. But we do need to be prepared for if he decides no, I want to learn the whole story. It's the good old lesser of two evils.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you can call the other one an evil.
Right.
Also,
So,
I'm surprised nobody. No, never mind.
good to say. What are you suggesting exactly?
I was just gonna make a quip. But like I said, he has that what do you call it? Journalistic integrity. Sandy smiles. And back in casino, investigators usually got fed to the crocodiles.
Right.
I mean, I'm impressed that they have a functioning journalistic class here in Spalding, given the quality of management. But
I don't think he's a journalist. I was just making the allegory. I don't know. Maybe he is a journalist.
Allegory, alligator.
It's good that you're laughing.
Yeah. I figured somebody should laugh at your joke.
I thank you. I'd thank you
I
more
thought
if
it
I
was
was
funny.
actually. I'd thank you more if I was actually intending to make a joke. But as it turns out, I am a subconscious jokester.
Yep.
Those are the best kind. People who don't even try. But continue.
No, but our points are still standing. He does seem like that sort of person. I can tell you don't want me to kill him. Or would prefer I didn't.
But I.
So we give him a chance. If not, I think it's a given. Also, could you check to see if he isn't trying to listen in on us? I should have done that earlier. Oh wait, that sound not passed through the bubble.
I don't think sound. No, sound does.
You can stop it.
Okay. So then no.
I mean, if you're just stopping it now.
Well,
No, I mean it hadn't been.
Katarine is a wizard, you know. Jess isn't. So Katarine would know the
Yeah.
difference. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot I could do this. Clicks the mute button on the remote.
Yeah.
And now we have a sunroof.
Ooh. Wait a minute, that's an opening.
So regarding the spell, it doesn't say that you can mute through it. Just point that one out.
Roll it in chat.
I gotta put the spell in my sheet or something.
No, her. She has it. Roll it in chat. Tiny hut. Above you and remain stationary for the duration. The spell ends if you leave the area. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome with you. The spell fails if its area includes a larger creature or more than 9 creatures. Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast the spell, can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside. Until the spell ends, you can command the interior to become dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside of any color you choose, but it is transparent. Yeah, sound will always go through.
Alright, then my point will stand. Can you check to see if he isn't still listening in on us? He might think we know more.
Was crying the whole time. No, I'm just kidding.
I will ritually cast. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I will hard cast detect magic.
Okay.
I've already done that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say you started that as soon as we...
I would have ritually cast it, but I'm just gonna assume that like. I don't know. It made me panic, so I was like, we're gonna hard cast it. So if it's still up.
There does not appear to be anything magical around you right now.
Good.
No, but we know that he was, in fact, listening through walls.
It's 30 feet.
So, roll me a perception check, Katarine.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Reese, in case you're confused because you just cocked your head. We're talking about the reporter we're talking about.
12.
The reporter.
I called him
Oh,
a reporter.
Osby.
Osby,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Reese, I need you for your imp companion to roll me a stealth check. With disadvantage
have
because you
s-
made him comically fat.
Sure.
I also have seen
Lazy.
Invisible, but I guess I wasn't too
Um,
openly.
I don't have. Wait, why was he? We bring what? That's not his job. Yeah, I don't have the sheet for him though. He
Oh.
never dragged that over. This dude left.
Oh,
his
I never
post.
gave you permission to it. My bad.
Yeah, he left his posts.
That
Oh, you
asshole.
asked the old man to send one of them out. You know?
Oh no, I was talking about like the peasants, but okay.
Oh, no. He would have sent
Yeah.
this. He thinks these people are way too dangerous. But anyways, now you have to.
Shit. Yeah, I see it. You said perception?
Mm-mm.
Stealth
Stealth.
check at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Comically fat disadvantage.
11.
Perfect. Katarine,
Yes!
on the cusp of 30 feet, you sense invisibility as a spell right around where the stairs would be because your attention was drawn when you heard a fuck.
Wait, so is he within direct line of sight?
No, it's 30 feet away outside of your room, outside of the doors at the top of the stairs. You just sense the invisibility.
And psychically communicate the location to everyone.
Samdi is going to get up.
Mhm.
You allowed me access in and out of this place, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Just double checking.
Then he was trapped and never allowed back in.
Hello! No. I'm going to walk out towards the stairs. If he rolled an 11, can my passive see him?
Yes. Well, you don't
yes.
see him. He's invisible.
I have
But-
see invisibility. I
But you
can't.
hear
be
the
the
hefty, fat individual
Like someone who just ate a bunch of burgers
and
just
tried
to run
walking
upstairs.
upstairs.
Yeah.
Fucking gators looking at me. Why do I have to look into these people? Fucking hell. You know, fuck this mission. I don't give a fuck enough. That's not my job. And he starts walking back down the stairs.
Can I pick him up by his wings?
You can roll me a stealth check to try to make it, to him. All right.
Oh my
For
god!
you, that's phenomenal. All right, oppose athletics to acrobatics. So roll acrobatics for your imp.
Is it comically fat again?
No, he's still nimble. He's just bad at stealthing right now. 14. You grab him by his wings and hold him up. Ah, fuck, shit. Hey, I don't want any problems. This isn't my fucking job.
Then why are you here?
Old man asked me to fucking come by, but I mean, I shouldn't have come all this way before thinking about it. It's stupid. I don't give a fuck what you guys are doing.
Oh, then you share something uncommon with Reese.
What?
Caring too much.
Yeah, that's not my job. Oh, fuck. Hey, do you
Look,
have any
just-
water?
I do, actually.
Yeah, can I have some?
I just give him that water skin I've been holding on
He
to.
just starts chugging it. Somebody walks up the stairs and they see you holding an invisible imp with a floating water skin being gulped down. The man just looks at the drink in his hand and goes back downstairs.
Anyway, I'm going to, as I'm holding him, I'm just going to say, look, you said the old man sent you. I don't care whichever, just, I hate being this paranoid, and given actual proof that my paranoia is working, is not that great for my mental health.
Oh.
Just tell him to fuck off for a bit. We're going to be discussing this with Reese either way. Maybe not in its entirety.
I'll tell the old man, but Reese didn't even know I was out here. Whew.
That's good to know. Right. Look, I'm going to trust you as a contract-based creature just to leave.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to hell. You spare my life, I'll leave and ignore everything I learned. Which was nothing, by the way.
That's good to know. And I just plop him back down on the stairs. I know about you now.
Easy enough deal with the devil. He doesn't want to go back to hell. They don't even have fucking bear claws there.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Hell is devoid of burgers. He does not want to be there.
Mhm.
No, all of the burgers are just very crispy and burnt on the outside. It's horrible.
Oh.
All right.
Anyway,
See ya.
I'm going to walk back in. That felt like holding a stress ball that was ready to burst.
I need to yell at my buddy. He just posted a picture of a cooked steak that's perfectly cooked, but has 0 salt or pepper on it.
Hmm.
Why?
It's not perfectly cooked then.
Well, I mean, like, the rarity is perfect. But
Mm.
yeah.
Yes, legendary. No, Sandy walks back in and says, that felt like holding a stress ball that was about to burst in my hands.
Was he taken care of?
He seems amenable enough to fuck off.
So it'll make that very clear that part of our willingness to work with Reese is that if we have a conversation, it is kept private.
Also, apparently, if you're going to trust a devil, which I believe they have that sort of I don't want to lie mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure if that applies to imps as one of the lower rungs, but yeah, he didn't. He said that Reese didn't command him. It was the old man.
And in whose service is the old man?
I'm pretty sure he's able to get which one. He was in that office-y area, remember, where we talked to Reese? He was lounging in the windowsill like a fat cat.
Right, but
So-
if he's taking orders from the old man, Reese needs to rein in the old man.
That is a fair point, but that is a discussion with Reese, not
Exactly.
my quid pro quo.
Right, I think that was what I meant, is that we lived.
Yes. Now, we don't have an imp listening in on us. What was his name again? Ox something?
Osby.
Osby. You want to give him a chance and just a chance to stop the investigation, and if not, we have to do something about it. However, there's okay. So option A, get rid of the source. So stop the woman from investigating his quote-unquote her old partner.
Mm-hmm.
Option 2, get rid of Osby, either through diplomacy or violence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we really have an option C unless we just want us to get down again.
Always an option.
That is what I am partial to.
Mm-hmm.
Just ignore the hardships and leave.
I like that idea.
Yeah, goodbye, Reese. Have fun. I don't want to deal with this shit no more. Ah, shit. I still have a contract with the fucking... Yeah, no, never mind that.
Right, so I think
Like
that
an-
we're lining up the dominoes. Zombie.
Yeah, too bad I'm one of them. Yeah, let's at least clear up our current. owed favors. And for the love of God, let's not get into a favor with Reese.
No, not at the least.
I'd rather just leave him here in this town when we're done. He seems to enjoy the place well enough.
I agree.
Right.
Fuck that
so,
guy.
so I can always try to have a conversation this evening with Osby. I do have the capability to dream. That
That's
way
the
I could
thing.
have some sort of conversation.
I recommend that the conversation is a setup for a face-to-face. Because if he decides not to take us up on our leave town offer, like I said, we are going to need to do something about him.
That's fair.
And I'd rather not try and track him when he already has a night's head start on us.
That would be difficult. Alright. So, we have that on the table to talk to Osby. And then our next step will also to be talking to Reese about working together to get the Church of Asmodeus back in line.
Yep.
Well, if you guys would like, we can call the session here and you can talk out of character about what it is you all wish to do. Since we're currently having two people converse about this instead of the group as a whole.
Yeah, I think we've got a couple of people missing. Get a plan together and
Yeah.
decide what crimes to commit next.
All right. Does that sound good
I
to
choose
y'all?
all of them.
I am pro crime.
We're very pro crime in this.
Of course.
About
But
80% of it
crime
comes
for
from
the
me.
greater good, usually.
Okay.
Mhm.
Crime in general, me. Crime for the greater good, Bart. Crime for the
Yeah.
peace, that would be Cat.
I mean, you say that, but I'm currently trying to start a cult, so
Yeah, it's fine. Nobody's aware of that. All right, so
Is that what people call?
do you guys want to do that? Just discuss out of character?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Then, viewers, thank you very much for watching. Players, thank you for playing. Hope you all had a fantastic time. Welcome to the game, Reese, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.